Good morning, everybody. It's Amanda. How are you doing? Yes, the big Metatron is back up on the wall, and that can only mean one thing. I think it's the fact that I just need the energy behind me at the moment. It's like I need to know that he's got my back. And this is just a collective energy as well. There is so much going on out there. I thought I'd come on and pull some cards just for the current energy, which feels crazy. And also use the magenta spray to help us link back into the present moment, help anybody that's feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. There's a lot of overwhelm. I'm feeling it myself as well. And best summed up actually by my YouTube channel. I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll start the video and I'll just read out some of the 3 comments that have just come in, because I approve all the comments that come in. And so the first one that I've got, which has literally just come in 45 seconds ago, from Donna Kirtland. So I don't know whether you're also on my Facebook page or not. Maybe you are. And I haven't even read this. So what does Donna say? She says, this is in relation to the Ashtar video that I put up on the 22nd. She says, this is just wow. Amanda, I discovered the central sun when under anaesthetic a few years ago. I sat talking to the sun. It wasn't a hot sun, and I think even during this operation, my human side was questioning why the sun wasn't hot. Not why it sat there speaking to my mind, hee. Also, during a storm a few years back, this was a UK storm, the sky was quite pink, and I took some pictures. And in the pictures are lines of light coming down to the garden. I feel so connected to this, thank you. A lot of you are sending in messages, apparently, Tracy's telling me, linked into the hexagonal orbs that you are noticing, that I talked about in the Ashtar video, as a sign that the orb that you're capturing is galactic in nature. They seem to have a more angular feel to them. One of you also on my Facebook page put a photograph up over the weekend of Donald Trump, and I think it was taken, you know, within the last 24 hours, and there is a line of hexagonal orbs to his right hand side. It could be his left hand side, because of course photographs reverse everything, which definitely look galactic in nature as well, so I found that quite interesting. I will, without wanting to make this whole video about Donald Trump, let's not do all that, you know, and go into a great big argument. Please, let's not do that. But I am going to just say that I am picking up the need for some protection around him at this time. And that might be why the orbs were visible there. I think he's off to India. Is he off to India? And I just feel as though maybe send some light around him, because whatever you feel about Donald Trump, at the end of the day, nobody wants a scenario where something negative plays out, okay? I'm not saying that is what's going to happen. I'm just saying I feel there's a need for heightened protection around him at this time. Anyway, yeah, a lot of you sending in photographs of beautiful skylines and just light phenomena. So that's great. Keep sending them in. And then when I do the next Ashtar video, I can maybe show some of the best ones as well. But yeah, I was just saying that the energy is crazy, because the second comment that comes in is from somebody that I will block, basically. I won't read his name out because I'm not going to give him any energy. But his comment is, "This bitch is crazy." Thank you. What do we say to that? We say, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you." And then we delete and block. The third message from somebody calling themselves Guardian Angel says, "I saw Ashtar." This is interesting. I have read this one. "I saw Ashtar around the 2nd hour of meditation tonight on the 24th. So she was in meditation for a couple of hours. "I would describe this being as having a white complexion, and his hair appeared to be shorter than the drawings that I have seen. It stopped at the shoulders of this being. I could not tell if this being's hair was white or gold. I tried to get closer but was not allowed. but not by any force I could see, and only because my vibe was not high enough did he not visibly show he noticed me. He appeared middle-aged. He had a stern face, not smooth like in the drawings I have seen, and after that I saw that he was on a large ship. It was white, had many windows, and resembled an aircraft without wings. I've heard the name before, but was not aware what he or it looked like, but that was the name that came to me the moment I saw him. A few days before that, during intense meditation, I saw a being with the head of an eagle. It appeared to me, and the first thing that came to my mind was Horus. I also searched that on the internet, and Horus is an Egyptian god with the head that looks like a bird. I at this time do not know why I am seeing this, as it is not something I search for purposefully. It could be I'm just seeing things because I've been meditating so much. I did not get a bad vibe when I saw these things, more like a coming of power or a power being revealed to and through few. Well, I'm sure you weren't imagining that, and you were shown an aspect there of Ashtar. So thank you for sharing that with us. I don't know whether you're male or female, you don't say. There's some great comments that have come up. There's also some great comments on this Facebook page as well. Thank you all for them. I do try and read every single one, okay? There's also lots of questions coming in from many of you wanting more information. And I'm just going to say at this point, hold your horses. Hold your horses, okay? Let us as a community take this at the pace that we are meant to. There is this insatiable demand for more the whole time. And usually we do it before we've even digested the first piece of information. And it's quite a good analogy actually, because I've just started a new diet and it's actually going quite well. And the thing about it, that what it brings up is, of course, your eating habits. And what many of us do, and what certainly I had been doing, is you keep eating even though actually you are already full, okay? It's as though it's a habit. You just keep eating even though you're full. And it's the same with, you have to retrain yourself, basically, that you only then ask for the next serving when everything has been fully digested in the system and actually you need it. So there is this is the mind, this is the ego that thinks I need more information right now. I've seen that, what's the next thing? Without giving all aspects of your being time to assimilate and digest the first serving. And Dolores Cannon was always somebody who said, serve things up in small little portions. And I think she said that herself when she was alive. And she also said it through me when I channeled her, I don't know, 6 months or so ago. I do feel as though I'd like to bring Dolores back quite soon to help us also with this galactic work that we're going to be doing. But I really do want to say, as a community, can we just take it at a pace that is good for the tribe, okay? I became aware on YouTube yesterday that a few people were feeling a bit lost, and that it wasn't that they didn't understand it. I think actually they just needed more time to catch up. I do feel I'd like to do a back to basics video for some of the newbies that are out there, going back over, you know, the angelics, the elementals, and now the galactics. What does that mean? But it will very much be that we're going to be learning together, and we're going to be going at a pace that is comfortable for the whole community. When you are a tribe, you try to make sure that everybody gets it, okay? You don't leave people behind at the back because you're trying to race ahead for some reason that isn't about the group, okay? So this is a team effort. Okay, anything else to say with regard to that? I don't think so at this point. Just thank you for the support on that. As I say, I knew it was opening a big doorway and a gateway, and we will navigate our way through that new landscape in the way that we're meant to do it. Okay, this now is going to turn into a bit of a sort of like a roving news report, I feel, because there's a few other things I want to mention, all of which are completely unrelated. Coronavirus. there are some developments in the world that are suggesting that we are on a tipping point of this becoming more of a pandemic. Now, I actually think that the thing that is more worrying with regard to this whole situation is less the fact that we're all going to become affected, because I don't believe we are. I do believe, as I've said in the previous videos, that there are going to be deaths, and there already have been deaths with regard to this. And there are things that you can do to help yourself, which includes also, of course, building up your own immune system. A couple of things that I didn't mention, which are actually quite important in the last coronavirus video, is working with your Merkabah. I have got a video. It is unbelievably about 6 years old now, I think. I put it up, I gave it to somebody over the weekend. I think it's a good 6 years old, but you know, the information still stands, talking about Merkabah and what it is and how to help yourself activate it. The thing with Merkabah is you have to appreciate it is just another aspect of yourself. You all have one, okay? You all have one. A lot of the time, your Merkabah field will have been active and you won't even have realised it. If you've ever been in any form of deep meditation, trance, healing, often the Merkabah spontaneously activates anyway. You don't need to feel it. You just need to acknowledge it's there. And I always teach that we ask Metatron to help activate it and switch it on. So for example, if I was going to be going on a plane now, or I was going to be going into any area where I know there are cases, I would be asking for my Merkabah to be fully activated, and you literally imagine that you are within it, and you can put some maybe platinum light or silver light inside your Merkabah. And it's as though you are in a bubble, effectively. You're like in a bubble that is protecting you and safeguarding your energy. So working with the Merkabah is definitely another aspect of helping to combat this coronavirus. Secondly, garlic. Okay, garlic. I left out garlic. Garlic is a fantastic thing for just helping to fight off many things, and it helps to boost your immune system. What else with regard to Merkabah? Yeah, there's something that I feel as though there's something that Ashtar wanted to share linked into coronavirus that, again, I didn't put onto this weekend's video. It's become clearer over the last couple of weeks since I did that first video that I feel as though this was something that was man-made. But there is also a lesson here linked into the animals, okay? And the reason why the lab that it was probably created in or released from is right beside that animal market is because we are supposed to look at both. So everything I said in that first video still stands. But what Ashtar is also bringing in is clarification that no, it is a man-made thing, but he's also showing me that effectively we are all ETs. This is what we all need to really be opening up to. We might not like that word. You can give yourself another word. You know, it's the fact that we're all made of stardust. So when I say that he is alluding to the fact that there are rogue ET energies that were working within that laboratory that created it, that's basically what he's saying, okay? That there were rogue, it's like rogue agents. There are both good ETs, there are bad ETs. In the same way that there are good human beings, there are bad human beings. There are good angels, and there are also angels that are fallen, okay? In any realm, there is both the light and the dark. That also includes the elements as well. It's not something I've ever particularly talked about, but absolutely there are elementals that can be very, that are destructive, and that is their job, to destruct, to destroy, to lower. So always appreciate that axis of light and dark exists within every single realm. So what Ashtar is saying is that there was a degree of interference that came in via a negative extraterrestrial energy that created this, okay? Now, for every problem, there is always a solution. So he is saying that there are also people on this planet right now who will be able to come up with the right vaccine, and it will be stopped. But having said that, until that happens, it can do damage. The bigger damage that it can do is not just linked into infection rates, because that's not something I'm personally fearing. It's actually the knock-on effect it can have on the economy. And it's actually going to teach us something about the fact that we are all connected in terms of this world economy. China already there is a slowdown happening in the economy there. And I think what you're going to see now is cluster groups happening in other parts of the world. Italy at the moment is on lockdown in, I think, 12 towns. And I read in the newspaper as well this morning that, for example, trains from, I think it's Venice to Austria, or trains from Italy anyway, to Austria are being prevented from going into the country. This all has a knockdown effect on everything, okay? So rather than going into panic and fear and like, oh my God, an overwhelm, and there is an overwhelm energy at the moment out there, we need to really be doing our light work. We need to be trying to, I keep saying it, be that peaceful center, the eye of the storm, okay? So, you know, it's not an easy time. I'm not going to present that it's an easy time. There are things coming at us from all different areas at the moment. And one thing I keep picking up as well at the moment, I might talk more about this in my March Metatron video, is I keep hearing the Ides of March. Okay, the Ides of March. Now, the Ides of March is actually, I think it's around the 15th or 17th of March. It links back to Roman times and Caesar, and it is a portent of doom, basically. I don't like to talk like this because I like to just keep the vibe high, but I'm never going to just come on and, you know, pretend that times aren't difficult. So I am feeling that the period we're in now, put it this way, by the time we get to mid-March, I feel as though it starts to lighten up a little bit. It's as though we're building up to something, and I can't quite see, because we're not meant to see, exactly which of the strands, whether it's coronavirus, whether it's something that's happening politically, whether it's something happening with a leader on the world stage, something is about to give, whether it's the world itself in terms of natural events. But you've really got to dip into your own inner strength, okay? Your own inner strength. I'm having so many emails in from people needing help at the moment, and I know that's my job. I'm a spiritual teacher. That's what I'm here to do. But that's why I'm here doing these sort of videos, and I'm on YouTube and I'm posting, because there is only so much I can do. And, you know, I would be disempowering you if I was just doing it all for you. You know, you have to be linking into your own inner power. And you might say to me, well, how do I do that? You know how to do it, okay? It's just we forget. And it's about being still. It's about being silent. It's about breathing. It's about going into your core, into your solar plexus, breathing it in. It's about doing the work. You know, again, another comment that came in on YouTube this morning. Again, the comment came in about, oh, your videos are too long. Can't you just do them shorter? I haven't got time to sit and listen for an hour. And I'm like, if you want to learn, you need to put the hours in. And that might sound tough, but I'm going to stand by that. It doesn't mean you've got to watch every video of mine. And it doesn't mean that I'm sort of keeping a watch over who's doing what or who's watching what. It's just the truth. You know, all of us that have been on the spiritual path, we've put the hours in. We've read the books, we've done the meditations, we've had the healings, we've gone within. This is a time where there's no escaping. You've got to do the work. Nobody else can do it for you, okay? So, and all the teachers will be saying that. And by teachers, I'm talking about the Ascended Masters. I'm not seeing any of the Ascended Masters sitting back, sort of just chilling, you know? Even Bob Marley, you know, who I'm putting up here because we've been talking about Bob Marley on this channel recently. You know, he's like he's with it. You know, he's not just reclining. He likes sleeping, Bob. I remember him talking about that. Oh, okay, that's interesting. There's a bit of something coming through with Edgar Casey. I'm not going to do that now. I know Edgar Casey's wanting to come through. There's a few of them. Edgar Casey. Let me just write this down. Who was called the Sleeping Prophet, you see, that's why. Dolores Cannon. Prince. Of all the Heart Squad, Prince is the one who he's trying to get my attention. And it's not that I'm ignoring him. It's just I'm busy. I've got so much going on in my personal life as well. So much going on at the moment. So I just clock it, you know, I just write them down. Okay, you're the next, are you? Every time I turn my radio on at the moment, it's Prince. Even this morning, driving back, because it's Monday, they put Manic Monday on by the Bangles. Great song. And then, of course, and that song was written by Prince. I thought, there he is again. So Prince, in terms of Heart Squad. I'll tell you the one who is not coming through at all is Michael Jackson. I tried again on Saturday and, well, actually Michael did come to me, but the point is I almost felt like I was not bothering him because he's such a sweet soul. He would never, ever make anybody feel like that. And it doesn't mean you can't call on him if you want to and you need him. That's not what I'm saying, but it's just in terms of my work with him. Because I hadn't been feeling him around and I just felt he was far, far away. And, oh, okay. He's gone up a dimensional level, I've just heard. All right, he's gone up a dimensional level. That's what's been going on. He's still transcending to the next dimensional level from wherever he was. Okay, that makes sense. But actually, there's two things going on. There's that. But when I called him in, it was as though I was calling him in from a universe far, far away. Far, far away. Now, I said before that I felt a lot of them are time travelers, but Michael was one of the first that said he was a time traveler. And all I can say to you is that wherever he's time traveled to, it's not within our universe. I mean, the multiverse, it's the multiverse. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. So when I called him in, it was like calling into the wind. It's like he was way, way away. And then it was like this vortex of energy came in and there was like a thud and it was like he landed. And then he was like there. And I was like, oh, I don't know what to say now to you. And I said to him, do you have a message? And he didn't actually have a message, other than what he always says, which is peace and love. And he's still going on about justice, of course, and justice will come. But for some reason, he's standing back a little bit. But anyway, he will be back. But anyway, that's by the by. Prince is the one that wants to come through next. Now, was there anything else before I pulled some cards? Let's just see what the next comment that's come in online, shall we? See what the next comment is. Oh, okay. Irina Dimetrick, I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. You say, how do I find out which line I'm from? Well, I can't answer that with a quick question, okay? That is a whole video series. That's the truth. There's a whole series of work that needs to be done in terms of what does it mean to be Palladian? What does it mean to be Syrian? What does it mean to be Arcturian? And so on, okay? So it isn't a case. It's very much like the archangels. People always want to know which archangel is it that I'm working with? Which one is standing behind me? And the point is that they all are, okay? They all are. It's just that there's going to be one that comes forward more predominantly at any one time. And you might have one that sort of sticks behind you a little bit more, like I do with Metatron, but usually that's the way that it seems to go. So I can't answer that. And again, I'm not being offensive to Irina because it's a perfectly valid question and I will do videos on this. But again, it's about doing the work. How do I find out which line I'm from? It's doing the work. Start researching it. Start looking into books. Start meditating. Start doing some channeling for yourself. Start doing some automatic writing. And again, you know, people come back and say, but I don't know how to do that. Nobody knows how to do anything until they start learning, okay? And what we are blessed with now is living in this age of the internet where there is so much information out there. There is so much information out there, okay? My job is to basically open a door, to subjects. That's why I jump around a bit. I open the door, I steer you, but I can't do it for you. And I'm not meant to do it for you. No one is meant to do it for you, okay? That would take away your sovereignty. Right. Oh, actually, before I pull some cards, I want to show you something. One of you, I get sent some beautiful things, but one of you has gone above the call of duty. I mean, really, I was so amazed by this. This came in from South Africa. I hope you're watching this, but if not, I'm going to email you or write to you anyway. This is a lady called Jean from South Africa. I won't say what your second name is. And she says, greetings from South Africa, the land that knows and holds Madiba's heart. What she's done, she says, thank you for all the energetic hours we've spent together. This is what's so lovely. She says, me crocheting, listening to your YouTube videos, and my hubby kept telling me when I said this was for Amanda that I sound as if I know you personally. Well, I feel like we all do. I now have an Amanda tribe within her practice. I won't go on because it gets a bit personal, but the point is she's crocheted, can't even say that. This. I mean, how stunningly beautiful is that? I absolutely love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Jean. And I tell you what, I can feel the love that has gone into this. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, it's just, I was just blown away. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to wear it on a video soon. But anyway, now let's get to some cards. I'm going to pull a Metatron card. I'm going to pull a couple of cards from the Light Seers deck. And I'm going to spray. The spray that I feel we need, one I need today, is Magenta Bridge. Magenta Bridge. This piece of artwork on it is by a lady called Brigitte, who is a friend of mine, who channels Palladian art. And so this is a Palladian piece of abstract art. I'm pretty sure, I will check, on my website, amandaellis.co.uk, not the shop, amandaellis.co.uk, there is a link to Birgitte's artwork. And I think you can buy prints of this. If not, maybe she can organise that if people want them. But yeah, she works with the Pleiades. So that's what this piece of art is on here. Anyway, Magenta Bridge is linked into helping with overwhelm, helping us to be present, helping us to slow down. Metatron is good at helping us to slow time down. Time is Metatron's energy, magenta energy. When you've got a lot to do in a day, just link into the magenta ray and it helps you to get everything done. Seven of Wands, I love that card. I love that card. This is somebody who is sitting on a cushion in their own little beautiful orb of light. Whether that be a Merkabah, whether that be an orb, they are protected. They are protected from all of these wands, all of these people that are trying to, you know, I need this from you. I need you to answer this. I need you to do this. I need you to go there. You know, all people taking different pieces of you. They are within this energy, which enables them to be able to cope, to prioritize. It's also a card that links into those who can be envious and spiteful towards us, who want a bit of us but for a negative reason. You know, this is like I'm just sort of floating on this lovely magenta and gold cushion. All is well with my world. But yeah, I'm not detached, because magenta isn't an energy which is to do with detachment. Magenta is an energy which is linked into heaven to earth. Heaven to earth. I feel it's a really important card, actually, a really important card. This is the Light Seers Tarot, by the way. I'm just going to read you the message. The affirmation that goes with it is, I am deserving of this success and I will bravely shine my light into the world. It talks about haters. They'll emerge only after you've made it to your perch, whipping their wands about and asking you to defend your accomplishments. Sometimes competition emerges as a result of shining brightly in the world. So if you're feeling attacked after sharing your magic, it's important to remember that others likely want what you have. So stand up bravely and continue to do your beautiful thing. Yeah, I mentioned this on the Ashtar video, and I've noticed it actually in the comments that have come in on YouTube. It's given a little bit of a doorway in to the fundamentalists who don't like the message at all, okay? So be like that, you know? You can't get at me because your truth isn't my truth. It might be your truth, but it's not mine, okay? Don't let people bother you. Wake up call is on the bottom of the pack. Just noticing, okay? We are in wake up energy times. Let's see what card we've got for today, Metatron. Or this coming week. Let's say the coming week. Guidance. Guys, how many times have I pulled this card? It's almost like I stopped using my own deck because I just keep pulling this card the whole time. 33, the Dimensional Gateway. It's usually hanging behind me. I think I've changed my pictures around. Okay, it's down there actually at the moment. We're going through a portal. Got water on the bottom of the deck as well. It just will not stop raining here. It's just raining and raining and raining, week after week after week. Talked about water with Ashtar. Dr. Emoto. Okay, let me add Dr. Emoto to my list of people that want to come through. Where's my list? So we've got Edgar Casey, Dolores Cannon, Prince, and we've got Dr. Emoto. Maybe I need to do them as a team. Maybe that's what we need to... Well, I know they are a team, but one video where everyone... I don't know. Right, Dimensional Gateway. This is what we're at this week. And we're going to be rising higher, guys. We're going to be rising higher. See yourself literally like this. You're walking through this doorway. Not everyone's going to be walking through it with you. Not everybody's going to understand what you're doing. Not everyone's going to understand the language. You know, so be it. On the other side of this doorway and this portal is a huge gathering of light beings and light workers who are ready for the next step. And I do feel as though all this water in our world is bringing in the new. We're being washed clean with water. Water is also dividing us. You know, if you think about the oceans in the world, where's my globe? I mean, water can both divide us and water can unite us. That's the interesting thing about the element, isn't it? I mean, look how much blue we've got in our planet. Look at all the sea, okay? But yet, when we are stuck in our little place of Earth, whether it's Africa, whether it's America, whether it's UK, whether it's Asia, wherever it is, whichever country, whichever continent, we think we're the most important things on Earth, don't we? And what's going on in our country is the most important thing. Look at the big world. Look at how much water there is. Do you think water might have a consciousness? Do you think water might have something to teach us? I do. Oh, yes. And it is trying to teach us something, if we would only stop and listen. And I think, you know, that's why Ashtar's message was so important over the weekend in terms of starting to be conscious when it rains, starting to realise that there's healing codes coming down with the rain. And healing can sometimes be very uncomfortable as well. I'm thinking about places that are flooded. It's not an easy time, you know. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These are not easy days that we are in, but we were made for these times. That's what I always say. Funnily enough, when I was trying to write down the names of people that I need to channel, I actually picked up this piece of paper. I have lots of pieces of paper on my desk because there's so much going on all the time. I've just noticed that a lot of people that are signing up to do, for example, my level 1 work, but not just that, you know, people that might write in or whatever. There's a lot of people that seem to be around particular portals, which shouldn't surprise us, I suppose. And I've talked about Ayers Rock, as I still call it. Sorry, Uluru. Probably said that wrong again. I'll get told off for that. Never mind. I'm going to call it Ayers Rock because I can pronounce it. I talked about that in the Australia video. Okay, so obviously portal that's awakening. Table Mountain in South Africa. Another one, awakening. A lot of light workers gathering around it, needing to be present around it, whether in the physical or whether in the astral. Your presence, your being is needed in these places. And then I've got somebody taking my level 1 Metatron course at the moment who's in Hong Kong. And hello to you. And anyway, she just mentioned in passing Lions Rock Mountain. And as soon as she said Lions Rock Mountain, I thought, oh my God, yes, I've never heard of Lions Rock Mountain. But actually, I know Lions Rock Mountain. Lions Rock Mountain is another portal. It's really important. So I've got these 3 written down on this piece of paper just to remind me that I needed to talk about them. But there's going to be many more. Look around your country. Look around where you live. It might not be a mountain. It might be a lake. It might be a stream. It might be an ancient settlement, I'm hearing. I'm being drawn to Avebury, for example, and the stones. You know, it could be a stone circle. But it's somewhere where literally this grid is firing up. Can you see the gold? The grid is just firing up with gold. And wherever you are on this grid, activations are taking place at this time. But equally, it needs your human energy to help it. It's like it's almost like some of us are being given the job of midwives in terms of planet Earth. She is rebirthing herself. And the Earth also likes to feel that she's not alone. So those of us that are called to be with her as she births and transitions, know that if you're near one of these portal points, you're there for a reason. I mean, I'm near a portal point here. I'm not going to say exactly where it is because I don't want everyone knowing exactly where I live. But, you know, I'm near one and I know why I'm here. I know exactly why I live in the house that I live in. Even the number of my house is significant, okay? Even the name of my road is significant. I'm here for a reason. That's not bigging myself up that I'm special. There's lots of other people as well. Some are aware, some are completely unaware. You're aware. If you're watching this, you're aware. So have a look around you at the geography, okay, where you are, and see what you can do for Mother Earth. Okay. Well, we've pulled a couple of cards there from the Metatron deck, haven't we? We've got Dimensional... Oh, how funny. We've got Dimensional Gateway, and we had the Water Element. And I've just noticed this one that's just sort of slipped out. Clarity, go within. What was I saying at the start? Can you see how they're quite similar? It's not the Seven of Wands because this isn't a tarot deck. This is about you need to go within. Look at those light codes. Look at that, the blue, the white, Ashtar. It's everything I was talking about on Saturday. Go within, integrate it. Let's not just want to keep leaping ahead for the sake of leaping ahead to be the first in the race. Be still. Go within. It's 39 minutes. I was only supposed to be on here for 10 minutes, so it's a longer video than I was anticipating. I'll put this up on YouTube as well, I think, because I might not get a chance to do a video for a few days. Oh, I am just going to say something here. Sounding like I'm having a bit of a moan, but no, I'm going to say something because a few of you mentioned, why did the phone keep going off in the Ashtar video? Well, going forward, I will try and unplug the phone, but please realise that I'm a mum and I've got responsibilities. And actually the person that was ringing was my mother, okay, who is unwell and who lives on her own, and who I did obviously ring back. I knew it would have been her anyway. It is just what it is, okay? So I'm not going to make any apologies for the phone going off. I work from home. I'm in a family home. I'm not in an office or anything like that. Take me or leave me, okay? So, because I'm not having that criticism of the phone going off or worrying the phone's going to go off. And I tell you what, Ashtar's got a sense of humour as well, because I was a bit irritated by the comments, or a few of them. And he said to me, he said, you know, the thing is, Amanda, he said, if a spaceship landed right now in the middle of Times Square or Trafalgar Square and everything went quiet because everybody would be looking in awe, there would still be a phone going off. Okay, it's this thing about the spiritual path has to be done on the top of a mountain, you know, in complete silence. Well, we don't live in that type of world, guys, okay? We're navigating this spiritual path through noise, through a bit of chaos, through everyday life, through our responsibilities. That's the way it's meant to be. It's certainly the way it's meant to be if you're following me and the Metatron path, because that is what Metatron teaches, okay? It's not about excluding ourselves off into some sort of monastery, which we might have done in previous lives. I'm sure I've done that in previous lives. In this life, it's about, no, we're doing this spiritual path in the middle of all of it. You know, the washing needing to be done, the phone going off, the dog barking, all of it. That's the point. Yeah, exactly, Metatron says. Oh, God, look at that card on the bottom of the deck. 10 of Wands, Overwhelm. We're all feeling it. I'm feeling it. So if we're all feeling it and we're all going through it, and also the world is going through it, Gaia is going through it, the Earth's going through it, let's all be a bit gentler to each other and kinder to each other and make allowances for each other and help each other if we can. Those of you that aren't in Overwhelm, then maybe try and look out for those that need you at this time, okay? Pick up the slack, as it were. Oh, last point, then I really, really am going to go. This beautiful pendant, can you see that? Is nebula stone. You know, I was talking about nebula stone on the coronavirus video that I did as being something that can help us, protect us. Well, that day when I made that video, I went onto good old Google and I thought, I'm going to get myself a pendant. And I typed this in and I found it straight away. I'm going to give a shout out to the lady. I hope I've got her details here. Yes, I have. She has got... where is her website? Her name is Azura, and she works with Archangel Metatron basically, and so this is my amulet. It's a protection. It's an amulet. It's a protection thing. It's a life force amulet, and it's made with nebula stone and copper, and her. She seems to have got a few different emails and things. Maybe I'll put it in the link below. Her website looks like it is called Azura Healing Azura Healing Art. And she's got an Etsy shop. I will put it in the details below because she's got all sorts of goodies there. It's an American site, so I imported this in, but it was worth every penny. Isn't that beautiful? Namaste. Have a good week. Let's do this. We can do it. Love you all very much. Thank you so much for all of your support. It's overwhelming, your support, but in a beautiful way. I take it into my heart and it nourishes me too. Bye for now.